What's going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video we'll be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as ZEN to BTC, so shout out to you. If you guys are new to the channel or want to be shouted out in tomorrow's video, please make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, and leave a comment telling me what cryptocurrency we should review in tomorrow's video. Otherwise, let's talk about today's market. We are obviously looking at the continuous downtrend we are seeing, why the market is down today, and all the negative insight on Litecoin and how much lower will it go. Obviously not a big fan of making conversations or making a video about cryptocurrency falling, but I have to talk about it. I have to, keep you guys aware and keep you guys up to date as to what is happening. So currently, we yesterday saw a market cap at around $280 billion, and we are seeing it right around 250 billion. When I scroll down, clearly you can see a disgusting, horrible chart all across the board, literally in the double digits as far as how low we are going. I literally have not found a cryptocurrency yet, except for Gamecoin, which is up 50%, which is pretty wild. But everything is down 20, 30, I'd say an average of 20%, if not 10 to 20%. We have Bitcoin down 10%, Litecoin down 14%, and Ethereum down 12%. So definitely not something I look forward to looking at and waking up to. We were anticipating a movement upwards, but now let's get into why we're seeing this pull down and how far will it go. That's the video I want to talk about, is how low can we go, because these lines do help in technical analysis explain how low cryptocurrency can fall. So I think the first and probably the most important cryptocurrency to review is Bitcoin at the moment. And obviously you guys are clearly aware of this huge downtrend it has on the currency as of right now. So as in terms of how low cryptocurrency in the moment can fall, it's most likely going to be going all the way down to where it started from. Also, something to notice is we have a stock RSI right here that is extremely oversold. We are, well, I don't want to say extremely oversold, but we're entering oversold territory. You can clearly see, again, we tried to hit resistance at around $6,700, $6,750, and Bitcoin could not hold that, and it fell down again. And we are now seeing support being held at around the $6,000 level. So definitely a key support for Bitcoin. Just something to notice is just how close we are to being oversold. We're practically on the cusp before we break down into that oversold territory. And one thing I want to point out is we were quite overbought, or vice versa, up at the top here. Or let's go right here at the top of crypto. So at the top of Bitcoin, when Bitcoin was at that $20,000 peak, we were oversold. Now, something to notice is we were overbought. We were oversold right down here, which is where we are currently right now. So there's really no who's to say that the currency can't go back up to that $20,000 point, because you'll notice we were right there in that oversold area and we shot back up. So this is still a possibility, guys, and I want you to be aware that investors are buying this up at prices so low like this. You may not see Bitcoin and cryptocurrency as low as $6,000 for a very long time. Again, it is possible to keep going down, but it's not likely. Now, interesting enough is we're reaching a support level on Bitcoin that is still a continuation of the downtrend. I'd like to say for sure this is the downtrend. And I'd like to say about 95% that it's not going to change. As for the bottom support level, that is what is up for change. That's what can change. You'll notice that I have it right at where we basically went to the moon. I have it right at around $6,000. You'll notice once we broke $6,000 or went back to retest 6,000, that's when we shot up. And you'll notice when we were at 6,000, like I said, we were quite oversold. And there's a chance it can repeat itself again right now. You'll also notice what's interesting though is for Bitcoin, we were actually above the high-low MMA, which is an indicator that we could potentially come back down to it. But what's interesting to notice on Bitcoin is right now with the price that we're at, we're actually below that level. So there is that chance for it to move back up to that support level, that very strong support. And it always does, and it always will. You'll notice it will always go back to this level. It's just a matter of when and how low this is going to drop. So obviously we need to trade above that. It may come back down to meet up with us, or we may break this downtrend and move back up to there. I'd be very shocked to see a Bitcoin below $6,000 because not only is it a mental barrier, it's like a physical huge support level for Bitcoin. So we'll see if it holds that. It'll be a very interesting video I'll make tomorrow if we manage to break down from that, because it is definitely a nice physical barrier and mental barrier. Now looking on Litecoin's chart, Bitcoin and Litecoin are basically piggybacking each other right now in terms of where it's breaking out and where it's moving. Now because Bitcoin hit that resistance level right here, who's to say it couldn't have broken out of it, but because it hit its resistance and fell, so did the rest of the market. Now Bitcoin is pulling back. Litecoin is also pulling back. And we're noticing that it did break support where I have drawn, but that doesn't mean it won't go back up and correct itself. Just like the fact that we're down here, we could bounce up off that and move up because we're close to being oversold or in that oversold territory. Same thing goes for Litecoin. We are currently oversold. We're in oversold territory. There's a chance it will come back up, correct itself. You'll notice we are extremely, extremely under, I guess, valued right now at $81. I would recommend, I do think this is a good buying opportunity. I don't think we're going to go much lower. Obviously, there's a chance if we do. I do have some levels that I drew on the graph. We can either pull all the way down to $72 where you can see I have the support level, or we can pull farther down to around $50. We could potentially see Litecoin at around $50 before we see that movement upwards. Is it likely? I'd like to say no. Is it possible? Yeah. It's basically just a waiting game to see. A lot of people are new to cryptocurrency. They just got in at these all-time highs. Not many people knew about it last year. But honestly, when I was getting into cryptocurrency, I purchased Litecoin at like $39. And it's 81 now. So that's more than double what I bought it at. So even though it shot up all the way to $400, that's obviously, or wherever it went to, almost 400. That's a nice area, but I'm still up money. Obviously not as much, but it's still up money. And to see this much movement in less than a year's time, who's to say it can't happen again? And for people who are pessimistic and think otherwise, then sell your crypto now and don't get involved in something like this. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. You can't just put your money into this and expect to get rich overnight. That's not this market. I'm sorry, if you don't want it, you can donate it in the link below, or you can get rid of it. But let's check out Ethereum quickly. Ethereum broke through support at 488, or is that 468? And do I think it's going to last? Where could it go otherwise? We could, if we do not hold this line, if we don't retrace back up to it where you can see we've done it in the past, we're most likely going to fall to a level around, I'd say the top of this at around 420 where we've gone in the past. You can see this double bottom right here. And then we shot up. So this is a level to look for. So I could definitely extend this outwards, and we'll see where the price goes. I do think it's going to retrace up back to that level, and then we're going to continue to consolidate. As for Bitcoin, we may just consolidate a little bit and, see where it goes. Lastly, let's look at ZEN. This is on the daily. This is actually a very interesting currency now that I'm getting a better look at it. So just to draw on some supports, you can clearly see there's this one that's clear as day. Clear, very, very, very clear. Which is acting as an uptrend for this crypto. And then there are a few supports and resistances at the top, so I can draw that in as well. Is it a downtrend per se? It's possible, but it's definitely traveling within a channel. So I've actually haven't seen a currency do this on such a large scale, but who's to say it can't happen? Now, interesting enough, we can also draw on some support and resistances for ZEN, one being right there, and then we could also draw where it's at right now. So just a few quick ones. So you can see where it's trading in right now. We have a clear uptrend that it is traveling on, and it's pretty much staying in between this channel as it moves up. It is holding support quite well at this level right here, and I do believe it has the potential to go up to this resistance right here. What I need to see it do first, and what it's most likely going to do, is most likely consolidate on this trend line and move upwards, or based off of what it's been doing in the past, it may just shoot back up there. Very, very, very possible. But that's going to sum up the video for today, guys. If you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys tomorrow.